Yapular. I wanna be Yapular. Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 8 of Yapville.
This is Amanda.
And Taryn, your hosts with the yaps.
Right.
And the cats.
Mm-hmm.
We're just getting comfy cozy on my couch.
How was your week?
It was amazing. I had an amazing week.
I know. I can't wait to hear about your concert.
So, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we have ADHD. Nothing is ever going to be in order when we talk. So this week, I only worked Monday and I had the rest of the week off because I do start a new job or a new position at my job tomorrow, which I'm so fucking nervous about. But anyways, so this past week, I went down to the city and saw Empire of the Sun, and I haven't felt this kind of emotion since I saw last podcast on the left, and
Which I was saying to Edwin, I was like, I never even heard of them. He's like, yeah, you have. And then he played a few songs. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, these people.
Yeah. I never thought I would have the opportunity to see them. Big four that I don't think I'll ever see, but I would kill to see are Empire of the Sun. I can cross them off. Daft Punk. Well, actually, a big five. Daft Punk, Beastie Boys, which R.I.P. MCA. I'm never going to see the Beastie Boys. Then there's Set Your Goals and Jack's Mannequin, which those bands, I just love them.
And they're going to When We Were Young next year.
Yeah. I love them enough to drive 5 hours, not take a plane to When We Were Young.
I would die to see them, but
yeah,
maybe
but then the same thing that's going to happen with Chapel Roan's going to happen with them. They're just going to cancel last minute, and everyone's going to say, you went to a music festival to see one band? And I'm going to say, yeah, I actually
there's other bands that are really good.
Yeah, I know. I would love When We Were Young.
Maybe when we're rich and famous from this podcast, we'll be able to just go and
100%.
get a private jet.
We'll have a merch booth there. How bad in high school did you want to be a merch girl?
Oh, so bad. I was like, this is my dream job.
Right? Same.
Imagine now. They're probably making
$2 an hour.
Right, in tips. Hopefully, please tip me.
Me and Alyssa would always be like, I want to be a merch girl. Yeah, so we went to the city, and it was a lot of fun. My boyfriend Colin and I, it was nice to get away for a night, but also I have such bad anxiety, so I had to get really drunk so that I could just go to the hotel and fall asleep and not be having anxiety that my house is going to set on fire. But anyways, that's just my brain.
Plus, the city's just so overstimulating.
I hate New York City, dude.
I do too.
I hate it.
I don't know if you understand if people can live there.
The only reason we stayed down was because I had points with my credit card, so I could get a hotel. If not, Colin was just going to drive home, and we would get home at 3 a.m, but whatever. Oops. So when we were in the city, Empire of the Sun was amazing. It was I don't know, magical, not to sound so corny. Everyone who's seeing that kind of music, I mean, everyone at concerts is usually nice, but unless you're seeing Hit the Lights and everyone's abusing everybody. Remember when Hit the Lights would go on and there would be a bunch of boys in the back and they would just plow through the crowd?
Yeah, what are they called? Crowd killers?
I don't know. Losers. But so we were drinking, having a good time. I'm I don't care about money right now because this is, once in a lifetime opportunity. They literally went on tour. They had 5 tour dates, maybe 6, 2 in Mexico, 2 in Australia, and 2 in America. 1 was LA, 1 was New York. So I was I'm so lucky. Anyways, their set was insane. They're just so creative and amazing. And Colin and I were drinking, having a good time. I went up to get us a second round of drinks before they started, and they didn't have White Claws, and they didn't have any cider, and I can't drink beer, so I had to get cocktails. I expect these theaters to charge a ton of money. Cocktail is $15, whatever, not the end of the world. So I go up in line, talk to the bartender, tell him what I want, 2 vodka crayons, and he goes, do you want to make it a double? And I said, yeah, sure. I'm already drunk at this point. And then I look at the screen and I say, oh, was that for the person before me? He didn't clear off the screen yet. He goes, no, you ordered doubles. Talking to me like I'm stupid. It was $69 for 2 drinks. I was oh.
You got scammed, bitch.
Oh, my God. They charged double. I was if I get a double at a bar, it's $2 or $3 more, not double the price.
Double, 2
plus New
drinks
York
in
City
one.
Tax. Girl.
So how much was that one double? How much?
$35 each. I go to Colin.
Sipped this fucking drink, bitch.
I said, this is the most expensive probably cocktail, vodka cran you'll ever have in your life. Do not spill this. And I'm pretty sure I just drank most of his. That I was just like, I cannot believe I just spent that much money.
How do people afford to live there?
Oh, I don't. Well, that's like a concert, but still, I have no idea. You know that like Haley, I'm like taking over right now. You know that Haley Bailey influencer, and people are like, "Oh, we know where she lives because we can tell from the window in her apartment." I'm like, and her. I was actually talking to Colin about this on the way down because I was telling him about that influencer, and somebody found out her rent's like 17,000 or 10,000.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's something crazy. Why wouldn't you just get a mansion in like Hudson or like in the Catskills or something and go down and take the train on the weekends? You'd have so much money and space.
And if you want to like stay in the city, you can get like a cheaper apartment and get like a house, and you can live in both places.
That's actually really smart. But he just said you step out your door and you can go anywhere.
Yeah, well, like I said, you can get a house too. And
I know that's what I was thinking. But he was like, I've asked people before, and it's just because you can like step out of your house and do anything. The city's always alive. There's always something to do.
Well, I love being home.
Me too.
So that's not for me.
I told him that I hate going away. I only want to go away if I'm going to the beach for a week
or learning a new place outside of the country.
Yeah, not if it's cold though.
No, I mean, I sweat my ass off when I went to Japan. I wouldn't mind it.
Oh, Japan is different. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was actually just the anniversary of me going. It was coming up in my memories, and I was like, I'm glad you had fun.
Thank you.
$69 drinks aside.
It's so crazy. And Thanksgiving, so we went to Colin's family's, and I saw my nieces there. So fucking cute. It's always nice to be with his family. You guys have probably know, but I've had a really weird childhood, but his family's like so loving, and I just love them so much. Friday I saw Wicked with my friends Martha and Emma, and it was just nice being with them. I kind of want to go see Wicked again in IMAX because the theater, it like looked blurry. But you're going to Wicked tonight, and I'm really excited for you.
I know.
I'm not really even like a theater nerd. I keep interrupting. Guys, hold on. Side note, I've been talking for 8 minutes solid. I start my new job tomorrow, so I had to start taking my ADHD medication. Can I say Adderall?
I mean, you're prescribed it.
I haven't taken this since February. Let me try today. So I'm a real yapper because I'm all stimulated out. Anyways, Amanda, take over.
I'm really excited to see Wicked tonight. Part of me wanted to hate it because I'm so sick of seeing these women crying on my fucking screen every second, but apparently they both slayed, and it was really good. Mm-hmm. So, and I used to be an RNator, but you know, she's a homewrecker, so I started to hate her. Mm-hmm. But people said she did really good in this. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, you're going to love it. And in IMAX, it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see an IMAX because apparently it's beautiful. My Thanksgiving was okay. I like really fucking overdid it. Like I like stuffed myself to the point where I couldn't breathe. I had to lay down on my sister's bed.
Oh my God, I love that.
And when I laid down on my sister's bed, my little nephew was in bed too because he was also full. So we were just laying next to each other. And I kept saying, oh my God, I'm dying. So the kids proceeded to do CPR on my stomach. So I was screaming for help because it was so painful. And no one was coming. And then finally I got out. I broke free from the children. My nephew looked at me and he said, no one came for you. No one loves you.
Okay. Thanks. Oh my God, that's so funny.
But yeah, it was good. Nothing happened this week. I haven't watched any movie.
I also stuff myself. I don't eat meat, so I only do the sides. And my plate was clean before anybody else's, and I was just like, oh, I ate way too fast. Now I have to like sit here awkwardly while everyone eats because I inhaled my food. My sister made bread dip, and that's like my biggest fucking weakness is bread dip. So of course I had fucking pound of bread dip before. So by the time dinner was there, I was like, I guess I'll eat. But the food was just so fucking good. I made one plate, and I was like, I'm so fucking full. Mm-hmm. I actually couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. I want to go home and sleep. Sorry, I'm in a group chat with my mom right now, and they're at the Jets game, so they're texting me. I want to make sure they're okay. Fun. Where is that? Downstate?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, I think so, because I think they're storming a lot out in Buffalo.
Oh, it also snowed 6 inches on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I woke up, and I knew we were supposed to get like a wintry mix. That's what my phone said. And I woke up, but I woke up and I was at the window. That's not a fucking wintry. That's straight up 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, it snowed so much. And I was busy because I was cooking before I went to Colin's parents, and Colin took his little car to work, and I should have let him take my car because I was going to go to the gym, but I was like, it's snowing. This is an excuse. I'm not going. And my back was so messed up from the concert. So we haven't shoveled anything yet. And we used to be mailmen, and we usually shovel a path for our mailman. We haven't even shoveled our walkway. I feel like a scumbag. And the plow came by, so Colin had to be able to get his car in the driveway quick so we could go leave to his family's house when he got home from work. So I shoveled a little bit, and then I have an SUV with 4-wheel drive. I just shoveled a little bit and then took my car and went up and down the driveway to pack down the snow so I could get in there.
I was like white knuckled driving to my sister's, which is literally down the road. But as everybody knows, I need new tires.
Oh, yeah.
So I was very nervous. I've definitely driven in worse before, but I was just really nervous the whole time. I got to my sister's and I parked and I was shaking. Happy Thanksgiving!
It was horrifying with Colin driving to the city and then driving to his parents because his parents live half an hour away. I'm an old woman now, clung on to the fucking shit bar, whatever it's called.
Too.
Oh my God.
Edwin is a crazy driver to me. But like, I'm like, are you going to stop? When he goes to like, brake behind people, I'm hitting my imaginary brake. What's wrong with me? Cars scare the shit out of me though.
Me too.
I don't like cars. Like I drive the speed limit.
Yeah, cars scare me. I love my car so much.
I'm jealous.
And if anything happened to it, if it got totaled, I'd be so sad because then my fucking car payment and insurance would go up.
If there's any advice I can give if there's anyone young listening to this, don't buy a car when you're in your early 20s because don't buy it outright because your taste is going to change so much later in life because I bought a little tiny Ford Focus outright. And I wish I had like a fucking SUV.
You can sell yours and get
for like $16,000 and then have a car payment.
I mean, your car payment would be like less than $15,000 if you got like a used RAV. You live in New York State. You need an SUV.
I know I do.
Once we're rich off the podcast, treat yourself.
But I'm gonna run this car to the ground.
Oh, I'm running mine to the ground, girl. I did want to mention, I don't know if you know this, but Bowen Yang is in Wicked. I love him.
Oh, from SNL?
Yeah. I had no idea he was gonna be in it. Oh my God, he's from Australia. Guys, why are the best people from Australia? Empire of the Sun's from Australia. Troye Sivan's from Australia. I am basically from Australia.
Or, well, no, they don't. They got R&R.
Arnar. Clear. All right, with all this talk of the holidays, we actually do have a topic today. And our topic is going to be family holiday drama. Any kind of holiday drama.
We love family drama. I guess I'll go first this week. For my first holiday drama story, it's coming from Am I the Asshole? I'm not even going to try saying the username. MBWill8809. Am I the asshole for unplugging my niece's bathroom ring cam at Thanksgiving? Which is fucking weird. Why do you have a camera in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's really weird.
I'll try to keep this short. My 42 male niece, 29 female, hosted Thanksgiving dinner this year. Apparently in the past, when she's had events at her house, items have gone missing. But to be clear, never events with her older family. Always events with her friends, coworkers, etc. Anyway, I get there and she has ring interior cams everywhere. I recall seeing at least 7, including the bathroom. I walked back outside and said, "You're insane for putting a camera in your bathroom." She tells me to leave it alone and that she has it pointed away from the toilet to only capture the sink in the linen closet. I will add this bathroom also has one of those separating half walls that are 48 inches tall and 48 inches wide. So even if the cam was aimed at the toilet, it would have only captured men from the chest up and anyone else's head sitting down. Regardless, get the fuck out of here.
Can I just... Guys, it's totally okay to sit when you pee. No shame.
Yeah.
Real men sit when they pee.
Also, but if I was a man, I'd be standing all the time.
Any whoozy whatsy.
Regardless, get the fuck out of here. You should never have a camera in any bathroom, regardless of what can be seen or not. So I unplugged the cam slightly so the wire was resting against the port and it still looked plugged in. About an hour later, she's on her phone and sees it's offline and it makes it an issue. I do not believe I am in the wrong. Had my sister not taken my side gently that it is inappropriate, niece probably would have asked me to leave. I was laughing about the craziness and telling a buddy, and he surprisingly took her side. He said she's had items go missing at hosted events, and as long as the camera absolutely was not recording anything toilet related, I should have minded my business and left it alone. Am I crazy here? Am I the asshole?
Was he taking it out just while the family was there, or?
No, yeah. So apparently the niece has had stuff go missing around the house every time she hosts something. But never family, it said. Only like friends and coworkers. Which, why don't you just stop inviting people to your fucking house and steal from you? 7 Ring cameras in your house because people steal from you? Stop inviting people over.
I was thinking like Ring doorbells all over the house. I was like,
That's
what?
I was like, why is there a Ring doorbell camera in your bathroom?
That's also like so expensive. I would stop inviting people over. I do think he's an asshole. I don't know, because I would be so uncomfortable if someone could see me go to the bathroom. Also, like, I know people can like tap into your rings. So like when she's home alone showering naked, like,
I would have just been like, listen, I'm going to use the bathroom, but I'm uncomfortable with the camera. Is it okay if I can unplug it while I use the bathroom and plug it back in?
did he ask her that, or did
No,
he just kind
he
of
just
like,
did it.
I would just, when I went in there, I would like unplug it and then plug it back in, or if he could reach, like, throw a washcloth over it.
Something. Then that means that like everyone else that's in there, what if they didn't know? That's just weird.
That is so weird. Why does everything keep going back to the rental movie that I hate?
We do talk about that every episode. Secret cameras. I mean, it's not like they're going to be doing anything sketchy in the bathroom. Like, they're not going to be like,
What in a bathroom can you steal? Expensive skincare? A blow dryer?
why don't you put that shit away when you have
Yeah.
guests over? There is a little edit to the post. It says, upon reading so many of the comments, I would say the room is split 60% not the asshole, 40% you're the asshole. My biggest takeaway is just how many of you are okay with cameras in bathrooms. This isn't a small sample either. Thousands and thousands of you support the idea of cameras anywhere and told me to hold it or exit the holiday because I didn't want to be watched while I was using the bathroom, regardless if genitals were exposed or not. After so many did mention the legality, I texted this link to an old college friend whose wife is in on the state police, and she confirmed what many of you had said. Cameras in bathrooms are illegal where we live. She said the gray area would be if my niece openly had a sign or some sort of announcement alerting everyone of the camera. Then it's less cut and dry. Niece did no such thing. Regardless, thanks to all for commenting, and be vigilant out there. Many of you are being secretly recorded in your friends' and family's homes. That much is now certain. Take care.
There's literally a camera on you, right? I have 2 cameras. They're not really facing anything right now because when I didn't work from home, I really like to watch the cats. That was the first thing I bought for the house was doorbells and a Blink camera. I feel like I'm split. Like, I think that he totally has the right to not want to be filmed while he's, I don't think anyone wants to see me squirting my bidet in my booty hole. Yeah. It is weird. Like, that is so strange. I
don't know. I'm really split too. I think the niece is fucking weird for having the camera in the bathroom to begin with.
I think I'm gonna go not the asshole because it is the niece's house, but you're having guests and you're invading their privacy.
And it's family. I understand items have. By the way, how often does this bitch have people over to the point where she buys 7 cameras? Like,
and who are her friends? Maybe it's time for new friends.
But it's your family. She said that. OP said that no items were ever stolen when family was around. It was only when friends were around. So you would think you could be like, I'm going to turn the cameras off.
So actually the top comment says what I just said. Maybe she needs to have a better screening process for who she invites into her home.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Oh my God. Someone said, how long till the cameras go missing? That's so funny.
People steal the cameras. That's fucking funny.
Somebody said, yeah, definitely. The solution to friends who steal from you isn't bathroom cams, but to find new friends who have some integrity. Mm-hmm. Integrity farms.
Have some goddamn integrity.
Quote unquote, friends don't steal your drugs and sex toys. You enjoy them together. That's really funny.
Yeah, like, what are you stealing in the bathroom? Fucking Advil?
Well,
toilet paper?
Does she have prescription drugs? What do they call Adderall? Controlled substance.
Yeah.
She might have controlled substances. But get a lockbox for that shit. Drugs,
But again,
like
this
weed, CBD, all
this
that shit
is
can be
none-
expensive.
This is no one else's fault but like the niece. Then get new friends. Like,
I've never had anything like. Remember we had those crazy Friendsgivings parties that were so much fun. Nobody stole.
no.
Not that I know of.
How would you? What would you fucking? Why? And maybe you shouldn't keep your valuables out in the open if you're having friends over that aren't trustworthy.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't. I would never be friends with someone that would steal from me.
No, me either.
I can't even fathom that idea.
I'm going with not the asshole. That's such an invasion of privacy. I mean, I don't think anyone should be mad at him either. That it's weird. If I went to a bathroom and there was a camera recording me, even though it quote unquote can't see me, I'm unplugging it. Sorry, you can be mad at me.
Yeah, maybe he should have said something, but
Yeah, he could have asked. He could have said, "Hey, you're my niece. I don't really want you to see my cock, so can we do something about this?"
no, it would only see chest up if he was standing up.
I know, but that's...
I know, it's so fucking weird. I'm not trying to justify it. I think that all the time in like public bathrooms. I'm like, what if there's a camera in the toilet? I always think that. I also always
it's
think...
also a half bathroom, it looks like.
I also always think that there's a snake that's gonna come out of the toilet.
Oh my god, girl, same.
Or a
Or like
spider.
a spider or something just crawled up my vagina. I'm going with not the asshole.
Yeah, I think not the asshole. I think it's fucking weird to have a... And I hope that everyone listening to this podcast would also agree that it's kind of fucking weird to have a camera in the bathroom. But I'm trying to find the comments that were defending her. But because every comment I see, no one's really defending her. They're all not the asshole. That's weird.
Maybe they got downvoted into oblivion.
Maybe. Because they said that it was 60-40. Not the asshole.
Alright, here's one. I think your niece started with the cameras because of things going missing, but has lost herself in voyeurism. I call myself a voyeur to Colin in the City because I love when you can see into people's apartments
Yeah,
that are like
I
all
do too.
glass. She noticed during the event that the camera was offline, meaning that she went to check the bathroom camera. Meaning she was checking the bathroom camera while the family was still there. That's really weird and has me thinking she's just checking all her cameras routinely. If she would be away, she'd be checking on things like pets. That would be one thing, but she's actively checking cameras while she's hosting a family event. On top of that, she has friends and coworkers that she hosts event for and things go missing. Her immediate reaction should be, I will stop hosting these crappy so-called friends, but she decides to turn her home into Big Brother's lair.
Right.
I think she needs therapy to find out how far her control issues go and do something about them, not the asshole.
Someone said, your niece is weird for putting cams in bathrooms. Sick perv. Tell her I said that. Someone said I would have mooned the shit out of that camera. Someone said this perfectly. This is coming from Crazy Cat XX. The bathroom is a holy place for retreat from sudden onset of emotions. Have a cry in private. Or the place to check yourself in the mirror, pose, maybe gather yourself before proposing, or fix your makeup. It can be emergency respite for a hygienic accident. A place to be alone just for a minute or two or three or for whatever reason. Without surveillance, damn. For God's sakes, take your precious shit out of the shitter or quit hosting. But don't mess with the sanctity of a restroom. I would never go there again. She needs help. It's perfectly said. But I don't see anybody saying, asshole. Someone said this bitch is nuts.
I just keep saying not the asshole.
Me too.
All right.
I don't know how it's split.
Well, OP, you are not the asshole.
Not at all.
Let's move on to our next family drama story. All right. This one is coming from AITAH from Crystal_Serenity. It's titled AITAH for ruining Thanksgiving after my boyfriend announced my quote-unquote pregnancy and his mom fainted.
Oh, shit.
20 female went to my boyfriend Jake's 22 male family's Thanksgiving dinner last week. We've been dating for a year, and this is my first time meeting the whole squad. So I was already kind of nervous. Before we left, Jake joked about how his family was super traditional and said I should, quote-unquote, be ready for some old-fashioned vibes. I just laughed it off. Dinner starts and everything's fine until Jake suddenly goes, "Hey everyone, we have big news." And I'm sitting there like, what big news? Then he grins at me and says, "Tell them, babe." I'm panicking, so I just sit there confused, and his mom is already emotional asking if we're engaged or something. Then Jake drops, she's pregnant. Y'all, I am not pregnant. I immediately start denying it, but Jake's cracking up and saying it's just a joke and telling me to play along. His family isn't laughing. His mom legit faints.
Oh my
His
God.
dad starts yelling, and his grandma is praying under her breath.
Oh my God.
I'm mortified. I stand up and go, actually, the real joke is Jake thinking I'd stay with someone who would pull this, and I walked out. That's my girl. Jake's been blowing up my phone saying I embarrassed him and ruined Thanksgiving. His family is apparently mad at me for causing drama, but like, ... I didn't announce a fake pregnancy and traumatize his mom. Am I the asshole for walking out and leaving him to deal with this mess? No.
Girl, what? Not the
Good
family
for
blaming you.
Well, that just shows the family's fucking toxic and Jake's an asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole at all.
I can't believe, can you imagine his mom fainted? He could have given her a fucking heart attack.
Fainting is crazy.
Fainting's kind of dramatic, Mom. Not the grandma praying under her breath.
I bet that his family doesn't blame her in the slightest. She's only hearing that from Jake. And that it's clear that she wasn't in on the joke. I'm betting that they are mad at Jake and he's telling her they are mad at her instead and trying to guilt trip her for his own stupidity.
Wait.
Totally.
Someone said it's likely that he's making up the fact that his family thinks she ruined Thanksgiving. They probably blame him, but just shifting the blame to OP. Yeah, there are a lot of red flags here. That's really awesome that she just walked out. I commend you for that, OP.
Yeah, good for her for standing up and saying that in front of the family. That takes some balls.
I almost feel like she should reach out to the family. Not that she probably does. She doesn't seem like she cares enough, but they've been dating for what, a year, she said. Someone says, I'm betting that this family doesn't blame her in the slightest. She's only hearing from Jake, and it's clear she wasn't in on the joke. I'm betting that they're mad at Jake, and he's telling her that they're mad at her instead of at her instead and trying to guilt trip her over his own stupidity. So, sounds like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Pete, these are some red flags, and you're definitely not the asshole.
Because it'd be one thing, like, I could see Edwin, like, joking, like, no, you're going to announce that you're pregnant? Like, but my family can handle it. They're not old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Like, they would laugh.
He was trying to ruffle their feathers.
For sure. Like, my family would laugh and be like, yeah, okay. Like, if that was... But if he was like, oh, they're really old-fashioned and be prepared, and then pull that shit, where I'm sure you're already walking on eggshells trying to be perfect for this family, and then...
Yeah, I don't know what it... I can't imagine meeting, like, a conservative, old-fashioned family. She didn't say they're conservative, but I would just...
I mean, when I think of old-fashioned, I think of, like, conservative, modest, old-fashioned, picture-perfect family.
Yeah. Praise before dinner starts.
Picture-perfect, quote-unquote, by the way. I'm sure the husband's like... You burnt the fucking turkey.
You burnt the roast. Where's my green bean casserole?
Oh my God, my sister's green bean casserole. I'm sorry. I know people shit on white people and like their cuisine, but like, I'm so sorry. Like, green bean casserole goes hard.
And those crunchy onions. Oh, they're so good.
And deviled eggs. These are disgusting. And then I had some good deviled eggs and I was like, God damn. And potato salad and macaroni salad. Oh my gosh. Those are white people delicacies. Okay, this one's coming from Am I the Asshole? Hold on, I'll let Taryn take her many sips of drinks.
A little more water.
She's got some tea, a root beer, some water.
Guys, the root beer from Aldi doesn't have... It tastes healthy. It doesn't have corn syrup in it. Well, all right, take it away, baby girl.
It's coming from Am I the Asshole from Lisa Love 90. AITA for being dramatic over Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like I'm being targeted for my dogs and just want some perspective. My stomach just growled. I'm sorry if you heard that. I'm a widow and still live with my brother-in-law. My sister-in-law, married to my husband's brother, not the brother I live with, lives in the same duplex. I live upstairs while she lives downstairs. I have 2 dogs large enough to reach a tabletop, and she has a smaller dog. I told my family, brother-in-law and sister-in-law, that I was going to make Thanksgiving dinner, and they were invited to come over and have dinner. I told them I was going to make the turkey and ham and mashed potatoes, corn, and gravy. This was planned since maybe mid-October. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, my sister-in-law announces that she has asked her mom to make a turkey because she likes the way she makes it and can only have it once a year. I mentioned it was weird. Why?
Wait, she just announced it to like everybody, or did she like take her to the side and tell her? Because that is kind of weird.
I don't know. She announces that she asked her mom. I mentioned that it was weird and that it would be a lot of food.
How would that be a lot of food if the sister-in-law's mom was going to make the turkey? The girl was going to make it originally, but now they just have to do one turkey. But maybe I'm getting way off topic.
No, I see what you're saying. Because now she wouldn't have to make the turkey, but I think she wanted to make the turkey.
Also, girl, who the fuck doesn't want leftover turkey?
Right. I didn't want to make her feel bad and outright point out that she was being rude. I don't understand how she's being rude. Okay, we're like being harsh on OP. Let's just see what. So everything continued and no one told her anything. Then it came out they didn't want to eat upstairs because my dogs would be there and would probably be begging for food. This was only said about my dogs, not about her dog. So brother-in-law tried to meditate and I came up with a solution.
Me?
Oops. It's funny.
Keep that in.
Okay. So brother-in-law tried to mediate and came up with a solution for us to eat outside. What? Where does this take place? 'Cause it's fucking freezing. So I reluctantly agreed after asking why all of a sudden it says has a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was trying to say she or everyone has a problem with eating inside. And why I had to make another accommodation after already letting her essentially make a second dinner. I was told that I was making it personal, and it wasn't about that. It was just no one wanted to have to fight my dogs for their food. What's that?
Alexa.
Fight their dogs for their food?
Because they said the dogs would be begging.
Oh, maybe like fight them off because they're tabletop height.
Yeah.
I was picturing like, give me the turkey. Give me the turkey. So then it was agreed all dogs could be outside and then we are having dinner. So I made my dinner and sister-in-law delayed dinner time because her entrees weren't ready. I brought up how my dinner was ready and we all could have been eating if we had all agreed that I could just make the dinner. No one said anything else about it and continued on as if I hadn't said anything. During dinner, my dogs were sitting next to me, waiting for me to give them, which I eventually did, but no one had to fight them off. Her dog was also sitting with my dogs. At the end of the night, sister-in-law hugged me and said she was thankful for me, and I didn't say anything. Too long didn't read. I planned to make Thanksgiving dinner. Sister-in-law decided she was going to have a second turkey made and complained about my dogs to have dinner location moved. This person sounds like an asshole.
So, a couple things here.
This was a tough read, guys. I feel like OP was typing this in a fit of rage.
Yeah, maybe she had a couple glasses of wine, even though it was 5 hours ago. Okay, so a couple things here. OP is a widow. She lives with her brother-in-law, which I'm assuming is her late husband's brother. So, it's holiday time. She's a widow. I'm sure it's like a really like brain scramble hard time for her.
Yeah, it's rough.
And I mean, I don't know if this could be like literally her first holiday without her husband. The second thing is like her dogs, like I'm sure those are her babies, especially after losing her husband. But I totally understand like dogs crawling all over you. I'm a cat lady. Like I love dogs. I love animals, but like I don't want a dog crawling all over me.
And table height dogs are big boys, so I'm sure like you're eating and you could just feel them like next to you, just staring at you.
And like there's so much food. You don't want to have to like watch them. There's so much that they could get into like some chocolate or turkey bones or something. They're just like onions and garlic, grapes, like dogs can't eat. You don't want to end up at the emergency vet on Thanksgiving. So you might as well just put the dogs outside. So the other thing is they live in the same duplex. I live upstairs, she lives downstairs. So I'm assuming OP has her own kitchen, so why weren't they both able to make turkeys? Like, it sounds like they cooked one turkey and then cooked the other after, which wouldn't make any... I mean, maybe
No. We're both wrong. Sister-in-law's mother made her a turkey because she.
But did she make it at their house?
No, I don't think so. Well, I shouldn't say I don't think so because it doesn't seem like I'm a widow and still live with my brother-in-law. My sister-in-law married to my husband brother, not the one living with me. Lives in the same duplex.
Oh. Okay, so she lives with... So it must be the husband must have had a brother and sister. She lives with the brother. The sister lives downstairs or whatever.
Yeah, so mother of sister-in-law doesn't seem like was even invited just to make a turkey. It says 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, my sister-in-law announces that she has asked her mom to make a turkey because she likes the way she makes it. So mother wasn't even there.
Oh.
So she must have just asked her mom to make her a turkey.
That's weird.
But then why would OP make a turkey if there's already a turkey made?
I don't know.
She said that's gonna be way too much food. Then don't make the turkey.
Yeah. Or like donate your turkey that you already have. Maybe she already bought a turkey. Donate it.
Or put that shit in the freezer.
Yeah.
And make turkey another day.
Yeah. One of the comments says, I'm going to say you're the asshole. You do seem to be taking a lot of things personally that just aren't personal attacks. I totally get your love for your dogs and you're used to being around them, but as someone who doesn't live with dogs, it's an adjustment to share a house with them, and owners are not always aware of various ways dogs can be intrusive and even scary to people who don't have them. Since sister-in-law's dog cannot reach the table, it makes sense that nobody was concerned about her dog snatching food off the table. Who cares if people bring extra food to Thanksgiving? I get it felt like an affront to your cooking/hosting, but it really sounds like sister-in-law enjoys certain foods and wanted to have that at Thanksgiving. Snarking about it during dinner brought unnecessary negativity when you guys could have just had a nice meal together.
Yeah. Perfectly said.
OP actually commented and said, fair enough. OP's pretty active on this.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, so now it gets into, somebody asked, what exactly was your issue with sister-in-law bringing another turkey? A lot of food doesn't sound like a huge concern unless you're having very few guests over. And then if people were willing to bring home leftovers, I don't see it as a big deal. Another turkey isn't uncommon. But guests will often bring food and drinks to a Thanksgiving dinner they've been invited to. And I have been to ones where there are more than one main dish. I'm reading this like an asshole, I'm sorry. I was only going to read a little bit, then I read it all. Did you want to be the only one who provided food? And did you let them know all that? OP said, it was about 10 people and I cooked an 18-pound turkey. When we initially planned the dinner, I told them I would make the turkey and ham and that they could provide the sides if they like. To which they agreed, but didn't have to bring anything if they didn't want to. Who the hell is she talking about? Everyone's saying you're the asshole and OP is just saying fair enough, which honestly, good for OP because I feel like people just... Well, if someone says you're the asshole and you end up being the asshole, they just like don't respond or they delete it.
I agree. I think that OP is kind of being a little sensitive.
Yeah, but we don't know when OP lost their husband or wife. Who knows? It just says I'm a widow. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say you're the asshole, but like I just feel bad. I know it's so hard to have the... I mean, I don't really know that much, but I know it must be really hard to have lost someone you loved, your husband or wife, and then it's the holidays. Like, I just want to give OP benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Right.
But, I mean, you kind of are the asshole, though. Sorry, OP.
Yeah, I think she's being a little too sensitive. I would take it as like oh, your mom's gonna make the turkey? Great. Mm-hmm. One less thing for me.
Yeah.
Unless she really wanted to make that fucking turkey, which she seemed like she did because she said she made it. Mm-hmm. So there was 2 turkeys. I think you are kind of overreacting.
Yeah, overreacting, not an asshole. I don't want to call them an asshole. All right, I'm going to read. All right, this one is coming from Am I the Asshole? They're using a throwaway, and the title is AITA for refusing to let my brother and his family stay at my place for Christmas because they quote-unquote borrowed my dog's toy last year. Last Christmas, my brother, his wife, and their 2 kids stayed at my house for the holidays. It was a bit chaotic, but I was happy to host. I have a golden retriever, Max, who is the love of my life and a huge part of my family. He has a favorite stuffed toy, a beat-up duck he's had since he was a puppy.
Oh.
This toy is a comfort object. He always carries it around. Well, during their stay, my niece, 6 at the time, got very attached to Max's duck. I told her that it was Max's favorite toy and even showed her how much he loved it. But when they left, I realized they had taken it home with them. I texted my brother, thinking it was a misunderstanding and asking for it back. He said my niece cried about leaving, so they let her keep it. I was pretty upset and explained that it wasn't a random toy, it was Max's favorite one. He said, it's just a dog, go buy another one. Yeah. I told him they needed to send it back, but they refused. I even offered to buy my niece a new duck toy that looked the same. They still said no because she was too attached to it now. Max was visibly sad for weeks afterward.
No.
He looked for his duck every day and it broke my heart. I ended up scouring the internet to find the exact same duck, but Max never loved it as much as the original. Fast forward to this year, my brother asked if they could stay again for Christmas, and I told him no. He was shocked and asked why. I reminded him about. He said I was being petty and holding a grudge over a dog toy. My parents and other siblings are now calling me the Grinch and saying I'm punishing my niece for something she didn't understand at the time. But to me, it's not about the toy, it's about the principle and the blatant disregard for my boundaries. If they couldn't respect something so small, why would I trust them to respect my home again? Am I the asshole?
No.
Absolutely not.
That breaks my heart because I can picture a little golden retriever that just walking around.
They really do. Like, each one of my cats has a toy that they're attached to.
And why would you want, first of all, parents,
yeah.
why would they be like, yeah, go play with a dog toy?
Yeah,
Like, what?
There's so many different things here. Like, why do they want their daughter, which I don't know how old you are when your immune system builds up, but little kids are always getting sick. Why do you want your daughter playing with a dog slobber toy? That's disgusting.
Dog toy. Like, I'm sleeping in bed with it? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's my dog bone.
And then they're not saying that dog slobber is gross, but, like, that's weird. Then, OP said how the parents and siblings are mad, calling him a Grinch, saying I'm punishing my niece for something she didn't understand at the time. Well, guess what? That's a perfect opportunity to teach her how life is.
Someone said, who even wants their kid playing with the toy a dog has put its mouth all over? Taken who knows where. Your brother is weird, OP.
Yeah, honestly, OP, take it a step further. Call CPS.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. But
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
no, like, all of my cats have a toy they're attached to. I'm sure your Eddie and your cats do too. So a few years ago when I lived with Dylan, Norman, my cat, he has this brown mouse that he's obsessed with. Always carries it around, and we called it Brown Mousy. And a couple of Dylan's friends were home for the holidays, staying at his house, and they love Norman. And I don't know if he, like, brought them the Brown Mousy, but I couldn't find it after they left, and I was like, oh my god, what if they accidentally packed it? They didn't. I'm like, what if it's somewhere in their suitcase, they just didn't. I, like, kind of forgot to comprehend that people unpack their suitcases. Whatever. They didn't bring Brown Mousy back home. And then we found it under what are those heaters called?
Radiators?
We found it under a radiator like a year later. Hate on me all you want, but your pet's mental health matters.
No, it's true.
And, like, that could have, like, stressed the dog out. His best buddy's gone.
Look for it. Someone said, not the asshole. The one punishing the niece is her own parents by not equipping her with the ability to cope with no. When my kids want something and someone offers to give in to them just to be nice, I've stepped in to refuse if it's going to reinforce bad long-term behavior. Whining should never turn no into yes. Really, really wanting it shouldn't either. Her parents deliberately avoiding disappointment are doing her long-term psychological harm. Dog toys have been in dogs' mouths and dogs lick butts. He probably eats
Literally.
poop.
If I was OP, I'd say, you can stay here for Christmas if you bring me back the dog toy. Then I would open the door, take the dog toy, and shut the door back in their face.
Honestly, I would have gone to the house to get the dog toy.
I don't know. It sounds like they live, like, a plane ride away or something.
I don't care. I'm here for my toy. Dog toy.
Poor puppy.
And I bring the dog with me so the dog can run and get his toy.
I remember I had a Rottweiler when I was younger, and I'm assuming she went through heat a couple times before we got her fixed. We never bred her, don't worry. We did eventually get her fixed, and I know when she was going through heat, I would, like, bring her stuffed animals, and she would, like, act like they were her babies. It was so cute. I hope the dog bites the dad. Not that dog, a random dog.
Yeah, not Rottweilers, golden retrievers are too wholesome.
Yeah, they're so cute.
They're like the perfect little dogs, you know, like I picture a perfect family. I picture a golden retriever in that family.
I just hate when people won't tell their kids no. It's like, how you're not, like you said, you're not setting your kid up for success. There was a couple other comments. Like, there was a comment saying that this person knew somebody whose kid actually couldn't be told no because if he threw a tantrum, he had like heart issues. And after, I can't find the comment now, but it said after 19 surgeries in 2 years, his heart is finally good and he can be told no, like get stressed out. But now, like, the years of like 3 and 4 are just like a nightmare for the family.
Yeah.
All right, the top comment is, I'm punishing my niece for something she didn't understand at the time. If only your poor niece had decent parents who would help her understand. Children who are never taught from right and wrong have such a hard time learning how to become decent members of society. You aren't reacting to your niece's mistake. She was just a child. You are protecting yourself and your family from adults who are devoid of compassion to others and have shown that they have no respect or regard for their own families when it inconveniences them. They have shown they can't be trusted in your home or car or allowed unsupervised access to basically anything. Because of the choices they have to deal with, the consequences, and can pay for a hotel or let someone else host them, not the asshole. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, the fact that he, like, is kind of like, fuck my family, just is, I don't know if it's a he. I kind of just assumed. But, the fact that the OP is like, fuck my family for his dog is, I love people like that.
Me too.
They'll do anything for their pets.
Mm-hmm.
That's very noble.
Fuck that family. You're weird for letting your kid play with a dog toy.
Fuck the family. Fuck the family. Fuck the family. Fuck
the family. Yep.
OP's not the asshole. OP's a good dog parent.
Max will get his duck back one way or another.
What do they say when they want people? Justice for Max.
Justice for Max.
I'm going to comment that.
I'm Team Max here. I'm going to do another story. This one's coming from Am I the Asshole? From Warning Key 4701. AITA for not allowing my husband's friend to bring her dog to Thanksgiving dinner. My husband asked if we can host Thanksgiving this year. We usually don't host because our apartment is small and we don't have guest parking, but he was really excited. We used to host events at our place and it was fun. Most of our guests are friends and everyone agreed to bring a dish. One of his friends, let's call her Chelsea, volunteered to make the turkey. On Thanksgiving Day, one of his other friends asked if she could bring her cat.
What?
It's kind of weird. I understand dog, but cat? Like if, you're going far away or like no one has the dog out.
Yeah.
But cat?
Yeah. A lot of people like train their cats now. Just a little side snippet. I worked at PetSmart for like 2 months at the beginning of the year because I needed a second job. And there was a girl who would come in with her cat. No leash, nothing. Just vibes. It was just on her shoulder. And I'm just like, oh my God. This cat's going to jump down and get attacked by a dog.
That would stress me out.
It stressed me out.
Especially bringing your cat
in and out of the parking lot? Like, what?
And bringing your cat somewhere unfamiliar, like someone else's house.
Guys, PSA, we're gonna have an episode one day where we just talk about cats, but PSA, stop driving with your cats in the front seat. Put them in the back, because if the airbag goes off, they will die. And you can be the best driver in the world, but
all it takes is that one accident.
Is that one other person on the road. Anyways, back into the story. I'm sorry, I so derailed that.
I said no pets. As mentioned, we live in a small apartment, and it's a dinner gathering. I didn't think it would be comfortable for anyone, including the pets. My husband suggested we also let Chelsea know about our no pet rule, and I agreed. I was a bit hesitant, though, because Chelsea is one of those people who likes to bring her dog everywhere. If she can't bring the dog, she arranges for a dog sitter. In the past, she has caused some tension when her dog wasn't allowed at other events. I told my husband to text, who asked for the... I thought Chelsea had already asked about the cat, but she's the one that was going to make the turkey.
Chelsea's the dog, somebody else is the cat.
Yes. I told my husband to text her to check if she was planning on bringing her dog, as I didn't think it would be a good idea. I also offered to talk to her myself because my husband isn't as comfortable with confrontations. He texted her and she called afterwards. He put her on speaker and I could tell she was upset from the tone of her voice. Chelsea told me she always brings her dog everywhere, and I pointed out this wasn't entirely true, since we've been to several events where she didn't bring the dog. She then asked why we hadn't mentioned this before the invitation, and I explained that I didn't think it was necessary to mention it since I assumed it was understood that bringing pets to a dinner without asking isn't typical, especially when you don't even have pets ourselves. At this point, she got upset and said, "Well, I guess you'll have Thanksgiving without a turkey then." I was surprised because it felt like she was trying to pressure me into letting her bring her dog, implying that she wouldn't come without it. I don't like being pressured, especially in my own home. So I calmly responded that I was sorry that she felt that way. She then interrupted me and said, "No, I feel sorry for you since you won't have a turkey," and hung up. So am I the asshole for saying no to her bringing her dog? I feel like I was just setting a reasonable boundary, but now I'm second guessing myself.
No, Chelsea needs to get over herself. Also, like, I don't know where they live, but a lot of apartment complexes, you can't just, like, bring pets.
No, who's gonna bring? Why do people want to bring their cats and their fucking dogs? Like, it's not like let me bring my fucking bird. Like,
And, like, a litter box.
girl, like, what are you doing?
I guess it really depends on the size of the dog. It's more socially acceptable for a dog to go places, and it's a lot easier because, I mean, it might be a huge dog, but say it's just like a little corgi or something.
Well, she says she brings it everywhere with her, so I'm assuming it's one of those like little like Yorkie like tiny dogs that just fit in like your pocket, like
so,
your
like,
purse.
I'm trying to
holding her brain.
I'm trying to find my words. Like, a cat, no. Do you know how bad I would love for Dylan's cats to come over? But they're like, I love cats, but I also can accept that they are cats.
Right.
They just live life a different way. And like, cats don't like their routine being interrupted. I mean, it might be one of those fancy traveling cats, but this is the top comment. Not the asshole, but what is with your friends? One of them wanted to bring their cat. They seriously wanted to wrangle their cat into a carrier and transport it to a strange environment for a single afternoon/evening. Chelsea's dog can't be alone for a few hours. Has everyone gone insane? Somebody commented under, "I'm fascinated by the traveling cat. I want to know more."
Right.
Another comment is, I want to comment like, I'm just trying to imagine them traveling with a litter box. We could have had a Reddit story about how asking someone to bring their cat to Thanksgiving, but Chelsea had to ruin it with her dog, not the asshole. Hold my leash.
Someone said, I think she offered that so she could leverage that turkey and strong arm you into the dog. She assumed you'd keep quiet. That's why she was so quick to attack you when you told her. She was already amped up. Shrug it off. Better this way. Just for the record, 1, it's weird to assume you can bring your pet anywhere, especially into someone's home. 2, it's selfish and presumptuous to assume that others won't have allergies, especially when it comes to other guests.
Yes, that's a great point.
3, it's odd to assume a dog will be welcome into a small apartment, especially close quarters. As a host, you cannot say no to one guest bringing a pet and allow the other. What was she expecting? All the other guests know you don't have pets, so it's not fair to them to spring that on them. But like I said, she knows she's wrong, which is why she tried to get ahead of it by offering to bring the turkey. A turkey with strings attached, not the asshole.
Definitely not the asshole. I feel like I could go on about this one.
And we both love animals, as you know. We talk about them all the time.
Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, this is weird.
I love animals.
That's weird to just be like, I'm bringing Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, literally, my boyfriend Colin, his sister has a dog, and I would love for him to come here, but it just would literally never work because the cats would freak out.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to disrupt their home environment. I see on TikTok all the time there's traveling cats. There are literally just cats like that, but
I'm sure this random person doesn't have a traveling cat.
But like
That's
my
just
friend,
a weird question.
my friend's sister, shout out Elvia, she brings her cat in a bubble backpack every morning on walks.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, so that's like nice, but like
Yeah, but
this
you're not bringing them to your house.
This situation is strange because I'm just thinking about the litter box. I traveled across country with 2 cats, and it was weird with the litter box.
Yeah, well, that's cross country. It's
Well,
not
yeah,
to
but
go to your
yeah, it was
family,
move home.
your friend's Thanksgiving dinner.
So weird.
Honestly, though, that girl's real. They'll be like, I'm gonna bring my cat to Thanksgiving.
Chelsea is
That's not Chelsea.
gaslighting. She's just being a jerk.
Well, have fun with no turkey, bitch. I'll make myself a fucking turkey.
Yeah,
like Thanksgiving.
Ugh.
Oh, please, no, Chelsea. Your turkey was the only turkey left in the world.
Chelsea, we can't go without your great Aunt Betsy's famous turkey recipe. Oh no, there's none online. We don't have internet or stores.
Not the asshole.
Not
Chelsea's
the asshole
weird.
Pete. All right, our final story for our family/friend holiday drama episode is coming from Am I the Asshole? From Tojala 1998. AITA for not prioritizing my girlfriend's tradition during Thanksgiving. My girlfriend, 25 female, and I, 26 male, visited my parents for Thanksgiving, staying from Wednesday to Sunday. A couple of weeks ago, she told me she likes to get Chinese food on Black Friday because her family used to do that. It's a tradition she doesn't get to do anymore. Initially, I dismissed it, saying we should eat leftovers since my mom likes us to stick around and eat with everyone. I also didn't want to leave others out, but she convinced me it was important. So I told my mom on Wednesday night that we wanted to go out on Friday. My mom looked visibly upset. I looked to my girlfriend and asked if we could move it to Sunday instead. She agreed. Fast forward to Friday around 4:30 p.m. She told me she was feeling upset that I didn't care about her feelings. I was confused because I thought we had resolved it by moving it to Sunday. She says she still wanted to go out on Friday, so I said, let's go. But then she said she didn't want to go out anymore because she had eaten a big breakfast. I suggested we get takeout later, but she said it was fine and we didn't go. Later in the car, she had a mature conversation with me about needing to learn how to let things go, and I thought it was the end of that. However, this morning, Sunday, she brought it up again and said she was still upset that I dismissed her feelings, quote unquote. She also revealed that this tradition is tied to her late grandfather who passed away 3 years ago, and that's why it was so meaningful. She said she thought we were making fun of her for wanting Chinese food, which we weren't. I told her I wish she had said something earlier because we absolutely would have gone if I had known how important it was to her. She said she's not mad now, but I still feel like she is. She also said I should have, quote unquote, read between the lines. I feel like I tried to make it work on Friday and generally thought we had a plan for Sunday. Did I mess this up? AITA. I don't necessarily think OP's the asshole. I think the girlfriend needs to communicate a little better, but I mean,
I think OP's the asshole.
we could all communicate a little better.
I think OP's the asshole. Just go get fucking Chinese food.
Yeah.
It seemed like you were with your mother's for how long?
Wednesday to Sunday, so
Yeah,
5
that's more than
days.
enough time to where you can go break one of those days off and get fucking Chinese food with your girlfriend.
I think that,
Especially if it's important to her.
yes. So what I think is her saying it was a family tradition should have been enough. You didn't need to know all the details about how her and her grandpa did and how he passed away.
Yeah.
Asking would have been nice. Like asking, be like, oh, like, why does your family do this? Or I feel like all girlfriend needed to say was, this is a family tradition. We're here with your family. Can we do one of my traditions?
Right.
They
Or-
can eat leftovers the rest of the time they're there.
I could picture her just being like excited, like, oh, can we get Chinese food? It's like a tradition. And then him just like shutting it down, like, oh.
Yeah. I think his mom being upset over them not staying and eating leftovers, if he explained to her that it was a family tradition, like, she's not with her family this year. Like, maybe they're really close and it was like a sacrifice for her or a compromise for her going to his family's for Thanksgiving, and she just wanted to keep a little part of her family tradition alive.
Someone said, you're the asshole. And they quoted, I feel like I tried to make it work on Friday. What a ridiculous statement. No, you did not. You knowingly broke your word to your girlfriend and then put her on the spot. So you had an agreement with your girlfriend and threw her to the wolves. Instead of keeping your promise, you put your girlfriend in a situation where it was impossible for her to say no and pretend she agreed. I told her I wish she had said something earlier because we absolutely would have gone if I know how important it was to her. What an asshole you are. She had told you, you just dismissed it. You put a massive strain on your relationship and will need a lot of doing better to have a future together. If you can't learn to say no to your mom, you won't be able to have any relationship, let it be her or another girl. Yeah, this guy just sounds like a dismissive asshole.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think OP is the
If you had
asshole.
said something sooner, but did she not just say it was her tradition?
Yeah, and I kind of forgot the fact that she was with his family. So maybe that's why she wasn't communicating. Like, she fell on the spot, like that comment said.
Definitely. Like, oh, you're leaving? And then that's when the boyfriend was like, well, we can do it another day, right? She's probably like, sure.
I'm so lucky that Colin's mom is an angel. I'm reading this top upvoted comment. Initially, I was going to say you weren't in the wrong, but after rereading it, I have to say you're the asshole. First off, you initially dismissed her tradition, expecting her to completely abide by your family's tradition and schedules.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get to do that. She's human with an actual past, not some prop that was just created to fulfill a role in your life. Damn.
Period.
Then when you guys did come to a compromise, you let your mom emotionally manipulate you into doing what she wanted and disregarding what your girlfriend wanted yet again. Trust me on this, man. You cannot let this become a thing. I have 2 sisters and both left their husbands in large part because the husband's mom would not get the fuck out of their relationship. They constantly forced their sons to choose between their moms and their wives. My sister finally had enough of being put in the past. Your mom absolutely must accept the fact that it isn't going to be 100% devoted to her anymore. Unless she's happy to torpedo every relationship you have. If you're not ready to make that decision, you're not ready to be in a relationship. A lot of people have been saying that he eventually agreed to go, but that was just after he initially completely dismissed it, his words, and she had to explain to him that it was important to her. He then put her in a situation where she basically had to appease the mom by putting her on the spot. And when she later tried to explain that she felt unheard and wanted to have a conversation about that, that is when he agreed to go again. As I said to another comment, every time he acknowledged her feelings, she had to get upset at him first. That's not how a healthy relationship works. She shouldn't have to get emotional to be heard.
Yeah.
Amen. You are the asshole, OP. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into episode.
Wait, you didn't read another story.
Yes, I did. I did 3. We both did 3.
Oh, you just read one.
Yeah. Silly goose.
Oh my god.
Keep that in for personality.
I'm delusional right now. I'm so tired.
You're gonna be up so late.
Girl, I know.
So the movie starts at 9. It's like 3 hours long. You're such a total badass. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 8.
We love you.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. We love you. And we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Miss you already.